I'm Kate.
And I'm Emily.
And today we're making orange chicken with rice. We have our aprons on and our hair tied back, and now we're going to wash our hands.
A fun fact about orange chicken is that Panda Express sells 38 million pounds of orange chicken every year.
We are almost done with the mise en place, but we have a few more things to do. I will first mince the ginger. This is our first technique. Mincing is to cut something into very small pieces. I first have to remove the hard outer layers of the ginger. This ginger will be added to the marinade for the chicken. We also are going to add rice vinegar and soy sauce to the marinade. These flavors will infuse into the chicken, and the ginger adds a very nice flavor. Ginger is a common ingredient in Chinese cooking because it adds a strong flavor. You can buy ginger at basically any grocery store. And we bought this at the local Safeway, and it is found in the produce section. Other types of ginger can be found in a can. We chose fresh ginger because it adds a really nice flavor to the dish. Now that we are done mincing our ginger, Emily will show you the next step.
The next step is to cube the chicken. So this is a boneless, skinless chicken breast, and we have 3 of them. We are going to cut them into cubes, as a cube is typically what orange chicken is served in. As you, like at Panda Express, you can see the orange chicken in cubes. We are going to cube it and then add it into our marinade for around 15 minutes with the ginger, soy sauce, and the rice vinegar. Then we're going to dust it in some potato starch, and then we're going to fry it in our oil, and it'll form a nice crispy texture around the outer layer, and it will be pretty crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside. Now that I am done cubing the chicken, Kate will show you how to chop the green onions.
Okay. Here are 6 green onions that I will now chop. Chopping is our second technique, and it means to cut something with forceful motions into small pieces. These slices of green onion will be added as a garnish on the dish. Other garnishes that you can put on the dish are sesame seeds and red bell peppers. We decided to use green onions because they add a nice fresh color to the dish. When chopping green onions, you chop the green part up until the white part on the ends because the green part has more flavor. I'm done chopping the green onions. Now we've finished with the chopped green onion, and now we will show you our final mise en place.
For our ingredients, we have 3 chicken breasts, boneless, skinless, and cut into cubes. We have 1 cup of potato starch, 1 cup of vegetable oil for frying. For the marinade, we have 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar, and 2 teaspoons of ginger finely minced. For our orange sauce, we have 3 tablespoons of potato starch. We have 1 1/3 cups of orange juice. We have 2/3 cup of orange marmalade. We have 2 tablespoons of soy sauce and 1 teaspoon of rice vinegar and another teaspoon of salt. For our sides, we have 1 cup of rice plus a tablespoon of butter. We have our green onions chopped.
Now for the marinade, we have to add the soy sauce, minced ginger, and the rice vinegar. The marinade really adds flavor to the chicken. This is our second to last technique. Marinating is a sauce, typically with oil, vinegar, spices, and herbs, in which food is soaked before cooking in order to flavor or soften it. This chicken needs to soak for about 15 minutes. Now that the chicken is done marinating for 15 minutes, Emily will show you how to dust it.
So I've already started heating up the oil to fry the chicken, and now I'm going to dust what we have right here. So I have my potato starch on this plate, and I just want to shake it around evenly. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take one piece at a time and kind of just roll it around. Another fun fact about orange chicken is that it is over 420 calories for one serving at Panda Express. We don't want to have too much potato starch on the chicken because then it will be too soggy on the inside. But the small light coated chicken will develop a crunchy and nice texture for the orange chicken. So we chose to make orange chicken for our second cooking demo because we both loved the orange chicken at Panda Express, and we both thought that it goes really well with rice, so we decided to make orange chicken and rice. We love the special and flavorful orange coating that they put on it and the crunchiness of the chicken. We really wanted to make a healthier version of orange chicken because the orange chicken at Panda Express has so many calories, and we just wanted to see if we could recreate it in a new and healthier version that everyone can enjoy.
As Emily finishes dusting the orange chicken, I will now read the history. Orange chicken is an American Chinese dish of Hunan origin. While the dish is very popular in the United States, it is most often found as a variation of General Tso's chicken rather than the dish found in mainland China. The country of Hunan has 4 courses: snacks, beverages, main dish, and starch. The main dish is always served with rice, and orange chicken falls as a main dish. In most countries in the Western Hemisphere, the names orange chicken, orange peel chicken, orange flavored chicken, and tangerine chicken are typically used for this particular dish. In Chinese, however, the dish is known as literally old peeled chicken, referring to dried orange or tangerine peel, which is traditional used in Chinese medicine as well as cooking. For restaurants outside of Asia, fresh orange peel is often used instead, or even no peel at all.
For our orange sauce, we have to combine it and heat it in a saucepan. First, we're going to add our orange juice. Second, we have our orange marmalade. Third, we have our potato starch. Next, we have our soy sauce. Then we have our rice vinegar. And finally, we have our salt in there. Okay. Now we just whisk to combine it.
Now I will demonstrate how to cook rice. In a large pot, we will combine 2 cups of water to 1 cup of rice. The rice takes a long time to cook. It takes 20 minutes on a simmer. Another fun fact about orange chicken is that for the marinade, you can use orange, tangerine, or even grapefruit juices for the marinade. You can also add zest from each of these fruits.
As we start frying our chicken, you're going to see or hear a big sizzle that's happening. Our final technique is frying, which the definition is to cook something, normally food, in a hot fat or oil, typically in a shallow pan. There's also deep frying, which most restaurants such as Panda Express use. We bought all of our ingredients for this recipe at Safeway, including the orange marmalade, the chicken, and the potato starch, which was especially hard to find, but we finally found it in the baking aisle. We had most of the ingredients at our home anyway, which was the oil, the salt, and soy sauce and orange juice, which are pretty common household items to have in your kitchen.
Like Emily said, there are pretty simple ingredients for this recipe, but there are also many substitutes you can add. For example, in the marmalade, you can add more sugar to make it sweeter, or you can add dried chili peppers to make it spicy. You can also add garlic. There are many variations of this dish, and you can really play around with the flavors.
For this recipe, we used many different tools to get the job done. We used a whisk for the marmalade to get everything combined, and for frying the orange chicken, we needed a lot of tools. We needed a pan for the oil, and we are using a metal screen with the same texture as a strainer on the screen to block the oil from splattering up. I also put on a glove halfway through because so much oil was splattering out of the pan and it was really hot and it did not feel very good on your skin. We used a paper towel to let the oil kind of absorb and soak in so that the chicken wasn't very oily. We also used tongs to pick the chicken up so that we didn't really have to get too close to the splattering oil. We also just used some regular spoons, and we used a rubber spatula to mix the chicken and the orange sauce at the very end.
Other variations for this recipe include coating the chicken in an egg mixture before coating it in the flour to create a thicker coating when you fry. We didn't want to do this because, again, it adds more calories and we thought it was unnecessary. Another thing you can do is for the orange sauce, you can add zest instead of orange juice. We chose the orange juice because we didn't want chunks in our sauce, and the orange juice has a thicker flavor. The rice is finished. I added the butter, and it is ready to have the chicken poured on top of it.
Now that we have finished frying the chicken, we are now going to add it into our orange sauce. This will give it its signature orange taste, and it will make it super moist
and flavorful. The orange sauce has been cooking and combining its flavors over medium-high heat. We will now add the chicken and stir to combine. We will add the chicken piece at a time and let it coat.
We wanted to let the sauce boil because that's when you know that the orange flavor has really soaked in, and when it starts releasing heat, the sauce becomes thicker and it sticks easily to the chicken, which is really important to the dish because the chicken needs to have its sauce right next to it because that's what gives its signature orange flavor. We also wanted to coat the chicken really good, so we kept it in the pot and kept flipping it and stirring it for a really long time so that the chicken would coat really nicely.
We decided to add butter to the rice because it makes the rice exceptionally creamy. Instead of having dry rice, the rice has more of a rich flavor, and when the chicken is added on top, the combination of sweet with lightly salty rice is very nice. We have coated the chicken in the orange sauce, and now it is ready to serve.
Now I'm going to add the chicken into our bowl of rice that we just finished cooking. For cooking the rice in a pot, the ratio is 2 cups of water to 1 cup of rice. But for cooking the rice in a rice cooker, the ratio is 1 cup of water to 1 cup of rice. And now we're just going to do a finishing touch of green onion.
This recipe is pretty fun to make because it's simple, yet it has many components. You have to make the rice, the marinade, and the orange sauce. It's also really fun to fry the chicken.
The orange chicken is now ready to serve. Thank you for watching and enjoy.